All right, let me talk to you about peppers a little bit. But let me talk sort of in a percussive, colloquial style to start it off. Rocoto, locoto, caballo, manzano, capsicum pubescens. That's what we have here. Let's unwind that, reverse engineer it. This is a member of the genus Capsicum, which all peppers are in. Capsicum comes from the Greek to bite, the reference being the heat-inducing alkaloid capsaicin, which can bring you to your knees, maybe send you to undiluted purgatory if you're not careful. Capsicum, the genus. There are 20-something species on the planet, 5 or 6 domesticated species. This is a distinct species. Capsicum pubescens, pubescens meaning hairy. The leaves and the stems are a little bit hairy, hence the name. Rocoto, locoto, manzano, caballo. This is the name of this pepper in various regions of South America, Central America, up into Mexico. Rocoto, it is native. Capsicum pubescens, the Rocoto pepper, is native to the montane cloud forests of Bolivia at 5,000 to 9,000 feet, where they have a long growing season, 365 and a quarter days of the year. It is cool, cloudy with lots of moisture in the air, the cloud forest. It is one of the few hot peppers that not only doesn't need heat to thrive and to be hot, but doesn't like heat. So here we are at 37 degrees north on the central coast of California, Santa Cruz, California, where we have a 365 and a quarter day growing season, little or no frost in most localities, and we don't have a montane cloud forest, but we have coastal fog. The point being, what? Montane forest, cloud forest of Bolivia and Santa Cruz, coastal California, being similar environments. They are and they aren't, but this plant from Bolivia does well here because we have the long, cool growing season and no frost, and in the winter rain, in the summer fog, similar environments. So it's called Rocoto in Bolivia, where it originated. It was actually the most prized pepper variety of the Aztec people. It still is a very popular variety with small landholders, home gardeners, and small producers in that region. It is probably been in cultivation for 4,000 to 6,000 years, pushing back a little bit. There's speculation that peppers in one form or another in the wild have been on the planet for 16 to 20 million years. How long have we been here? Oh, we're just Johnny-come-latelys, Jill-come-latelys, as it were, 200, 300,000 years. So this, and many wild peppers predated us. So Rocoto is, and then in certain areas it's called locoto. You move up into Mexico and it's referred to as manzano. Kind of an apple shape to it. Yeah, I guess. And if you look at the seeds, they're bigger and blacker than most peppers. Apple-like? Yeah, I guess. So manzano, but in Mexico it's also called caballo, and this gives you a hint as to the kick of the heat. And you want to play a little pepper roulette? Go pick a pepper from a Rocoto. Some will be mild, like a bell pepper, but a little bit of kick. Some mid-range, cayenne, jalapeno. Some will absolutely put you in undiluted purgatory. They're rocket hot. So caveat emptor, buyer beware. I love this plant, this specific plant, and this genus and species. I've been growing Rocotos off and on for 30 years. In their native habitat of Amazonia, all peppers are from Amazonia. And an aside, there's no such thing as a mature green pepper. A green pepper is simply an immature pepper. All peppers are peppers of color. They will color up, usually red, yellow, orange. You do yourself a favor by waiting until they color up. One, it's a visual treat, yeah, but it also has more vitamin A, vitamin C, and the full range of flavors that you want from a pepper, whether it's hot or not. So I've been growing these peppers off and on for 30 years or so, and they are, like all peppers in their native Amazonia, perennial woody shrubs and short trees. In northern latitudes, they're annuals and they die with the onset of rain, snow, frost, etc. like that. But this one lives on. I've had them live 4, 5, 6, 7, even 8 years, and they become quite a rangy shrub, maybe 4 by 6 or so, giving rise to maybe 40, 50, 60, 70 fruits per annum. They're just cool. Let me just say a word about growing something from Amazonia and vicinity in temperate climates, which is you can overwinter these and make them be a perennial, but you got to work at it. You either need to live in a mild Mediterranean climate like we do here on the coast of California, and this shrub will grow. This is its second year rather, it will probably get a little bigger before the end of the season, and then winter will come and it'll get cooler and hopefully there'll be rains, and it will not be totally happy and at home. It'll look a little yellow, chlorotic, drop some leaves, kind of shivering in the rain. Don't sweat. It'll make it through. It'll green up when it warms up in the spring. And all you do is, when you see some dieback, just pretty it up a little bit. I mean, you don't have to do this, but and sometimes if you cut back into live green wood, it'll issue forth a new live green shoot. Green shoots are the preferred type, folks. Okay. So Rocoto, Locoto, Manzano, Caballo, Capsicum pubescens, any name you like. This is for the curious, the adventuresome gardener, and aren't we all? Okay, here I am with another fine specimen. This is the Rocoto, or Capsicum pubescens, but it's a different variety. Canarios, less apple-shaped, more oblong and yellow. And in truth, a bush that's a little more vigorous than the other one, and yet it's got issues. You can see the yellow, not lush green foliage. It's what's called, it's a little chlorotic, and that's just that this variety needs a little more heat than we have here. Nothing to worry about. Well, actually, I worry and then I act. I'm going to put a little quickly available nitrogen around the base of the plant. I'll probably do it in the liquid form of fish emulsion, or maybe the solid form of blood meal or something like that. Let's take a closer look at this plant here. And let me just pull a stem over here, and you can take a look at it. We've got beautiful pendant purplish flowers, and most pepper flowers are upright, but this, because it's from a wet environment, the tropics and the cloud forest, has evolved to have a pendant flower to protect the reproductive parts, the pollen and such, from the elements. You can see also that there's a few fruit on here, some nubbin and some bigger and getting yellow, but there's a lot of dead material. So again, I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Yeah, some of this is cosmetics, but also by cutting these stems back, I might be able to induce some new shoot growth. So I'm not going to do a complete job here, but you catch my drift. Some of this is just prettying up, and that's cool too. So the Canario version of the Rocoto, or Capsicum pubescens. Here I am clutching a precious thing. This is a 1-year-old Rocoto. I started last January. It's now the middle of October. I grew it in a small pot. I put it in a bigger pot, and now it's in a gallon, and I'm still growing it. I'm not going to put it out. It's in a hoop house, somewhat protected. I'm not going to put it out until next spring when it warms up, maybe April, May, like that. Just give it a little head start, and then by this time next year, it'll probably be similar size to this, having a few fruit. And then the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th years are, well, it's all gravy, as it were. This is not a easy pepper variety to source, but you can find them. There are red, orange, and yellow types. The yellow is often called Canario. Where most peppers at about maybe soil temperature 70, 75 degrees will germinate. About 80% or more of the seeds will turn into seedlings in 10 to 14 days. This one is slower. It needs 80 degrees plus soil temperature, and it may take as long as 35 or 40 days. But be patient. They say patience is a virtue. Be virtuous.